Welcome to Antalya and the final block on this, the third and final day of this year's Antalya Grand Slam. Antalya is a popular Turkish resort city with a yacht-filled old harbour and beaches flanked by large hotels. Remnants remain from Antalya's time as a major Roman port. These include Hadrian's Gate, built to honour the Roman emperor's visit in 130 AD, and the 2nd century Hedilic Tower with its spectacular harbour views. However, it's not the sightseeing that brings us here on this occasion, but all of this evening's action from the final block. And we're going to begin with the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 90 kilo category. This features Todd Christian of Hungary. He'll be up against Jesper Smink of the Netherlands. It'll be Todd in the white judogi, Smink in blue. And to provide expert summary, expert analysis is world and Olympic medalist Annette Böhm. Good evening, Annette.
Good evening, Sheldon, and good evening to you at home.
Yep, we're about to get underway. Not the largest crowd that we have seen here in Antalya, but that is understandable given the continued COVID-19 pandemic conditions that we have put in place. The referee in the middle for this one is Ioana Babiuc of Romania.
Yeah, we're still waiting here for the fighters. As you said, Sheldon, the third day, and also the morning was full of action and beautiful judo we have seen. In the under 90 kilo category, we're gonna had 46 athletes this morning, and here the athletes are coming. So Jesper Smink, the Dutch fighter, lost his semi-final against the Georgian Luka Mesoradze, and his opponent, the top seed in this tournament today, the number 3 in the world, the Hungarian Todd Christian, lost his pool final to the Cuban Ivan Felipe Silva Morales, then won his rapid charge contest against the Kochman of Israel, and now here on the place for the bronze, the chance to win bronze.
No doubt about the depth of quality in this weight category. Even the names that you just mentioned there would grace a world championship, to be honest. We're just missing, to be honest, the Japanese. That would have made it exceptionally difficult when you look at the world ranking list in that weight category.
Last year Todd won a silver medal. Still in his hands to end up on the podium if he wins that contest. Both penalized within the first minute.
Sharp left-sided entry from Smink. He didn't feel comfortable and came straight back out, but it's got nice movement, the Dutchman. Decides to go over the top and then changes it. And it's almost taken back there. Oh, Todd with his favourite Marotti Senagi entry, but he was off balance and Smink almost took him backwards. Might slow him down a little bit after that near slip. Just try and catch yourself and think, oh, better not go in. I better be absolutely 100% settled.
Broke up with his grip. He tried to come through there on the right side, but didn't manage it. Mate was given.
Yeah, maybe that inspection of the fingers in front of the referee helped to convince her that it was.
He tried.
That it was a failed attack as opposed to a false attack.
Yep. battle for the grip here. Try to place his right arm on the neck from Smink.
Both fighters get penalized for avoiding to take a grip. There was the suspicion that Tot may have been holding on to the hands of Smink there.
He escaped immediately. He felt the pressure coming, Tot, in my eyes, and went onto the ground.
It's a stronger grip now from the Hungarian. He's got to use that.
He has to use it, yes. Samashivasa at least bring his opponent onto the ground. He's active, but what he wants is a score, and he has to work it out as Smink has to. And an attack here on the left side, low. Could not really break the balance from Smink.
He's had the blocking of that. Smink, a couple of occasions that Tot's been in there, but hasn't really threatened with it. Good defense from Smink, up to this point anyway.
Yeah.
This time he goes right-sided. Now goes left. There are enough of them. It's just that he never looks as though... Oh, he's drawn the third penalty. They're not going to go into golden score.
Yeah. 3 attacks in a row in the end from...
Slowed him down.
And when you know you are close, almost losing it with another score, another penalty, you have to take a risk.
And without ever really looking as though he was going to throw him. Left or right, Smink had the blocking of them. However, what he was blocking were legitimate attacks. They were good attacks from Tot Christian. Never looked as though they were going to throw him. Nevertheless, they were attacks. And every time he put an attack in, he went further and further away in the, the attack count, until he got to the point where, well, sorry, we have to penalise you, Smink, for not attacking.
Yeah.
Tactical battle with Tot there, and he came out on top.
Yeah, some brilliant Ashiwasa work there from the Hungarian. And in the end, his attempts, which...
And had they been false attacks,
no
referee would have called them.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Even Ungvari Miklos, he knows what went on. Right, coming up next, the second of the bronze medal contest in the under 90 kilo category. Louis Kribagagnon of Canada goes up against Rafael Machado of Brazil. It'll be Kribagagnon in the white judogi, Machado in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is birthday boy Raul Camacho of Spain.
So he has the pleasure to referee that bronze medal contest. And there the fighters are. Rafael Machado lost his semi-final to the Cuban, Ivan Felipe Silva Morales, and went straight into that bronze medal contest. And his opponent in the white judogi from Canada, Louis Kribagagnon, lost his pool final against Jesper Smink, we have just seen, and then won his rebel charge contest against Ustupirian of Tajikistan. And now the second chance here for them, the first, but the second bronze medal in that category.
25-year-old Canadian, Louis Kriber-Gagnon. I've been watching him since he was a 15-year-old. 10 years already. Here he is in his first ever Grand Slam final block. So this will be his best ever result at an IJF Grand Slam. Whatever happens, of course, he'd like to take a medal, wouldn't he? He'd like to get on the podium.
So similar a little bit to his opponent, Rafael Macedo. And he collected 1 Grand Slam bronze medal. And that was 2019 in Ekaterinburg. And many years ago at the Junior Worlds in Fort Lauderdale, he became Junior World Champion.
Yes, I wonder what happened with Louis Kriber-Gagnon. Was he not around the same kind of age? How old is Macedo? Can you remember?
Yes.
If he's 25,
Brazilian is 27.
Yeah. So it could be that Kriber-Gagnon was also at those Junior World Championships. I seem to remember that Kriber-Gagnon may have been there as well. Could have been in a different weight.
Yeah.
He may have gone from 81 to 90. Possible.
But Macedo actually...
He was the one who went from 81.
The 81.
So was Kriber-Gagnon already up at 90, or did he not go at all? He didn't go. He didn't feature. Antonio Pereira in the chair. He's a character. Almost caught.
Actually, he was.
He was?
And lost his first contest to Konstantinos Zaridis of Greece.
In the same weight as Rafael Macedo.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So I'm so glad that you have confirmed that my memory is not completely going. 2 penalties picked up by Kriber-Gagnon. He threw beautifully with Osodagari earlier on. Hasn't quite been able to get hold of Macedo yet, and it was that same kind of big stretch. You know, you really had to reach for it.
But when you have a look at the clock, a little bit less than half the contest is still to come, and he already collected 2 penalties. Yeah. So he really must be careful not picking up a 3rd penalty, because then it's all over. One more mistake, and Macedo takes that bronze medal.
This will be the last cycle for him if he can't come up with an attack here. Oh, and he grabbed the leg apparently. I didn't see it.
Yeah, he fixed it somehow. When he attacked, I wasn't sure, you know, part of his elbow. Well, all right.
He got hold of him there.
Yeah.
Kriber-Gagnon going over heavily. And it's Rafael Macedo of Brazil who takes the 2nd of the bronze medals. We're not going to see Louis on the podium this time, but this is, as I said earlier on, this is his best finish.
Yeah.
A 5th place in the Antalya Grand Slam. Still can go away with some degree of achievement. 5th place finish. But a bronze medal to the Brazilian Rafael Macedo.
Beautiful throw. No chance to escape. So quick. Handsome ball on one side.
The highlights on the screen. Victory of Rafael Marcelo, Brazil.
Coming up next, the final of the under 90 kilo category. Ivan Felipe Silva Morales of Cuba will go up against Luka Maisoradze of Georgia. It will be Silva Morales in the white judogi, Maisoradze in blue. Annette Berm is going to bring you the commentary on this one, and it'll be Roberta Chiolia of Italy in the middle to referee. Here's Annette.
Well, there the two fighters are head-to-head, 0-0, 18 world ranking against 15, really close to each other. And we just have a quick look. This is the route to the final. The Cuban Silva Morales bet the top seed here today, Todd Christian. And the Georgian, there's a referee. And the Georgian, there he is, Luka Maisoradze. Let's have a look. So he threw out the number 3 seed, Komronchok Ustupirian of Tajikistan. In the semi-final, he won against Jesper Smink. We have seen in the bronze medal contest. And that was his success to get into that final.
An exciting final in prospect, given the fact that these are both really big throwers.
A tricky category. Well, as almost all, every category for the Georgian, but Luka Maisoradze in his category, there's the Olympic champion with Lasha Bekauri, and not in this competition, but still, I think it will change after that final. There's Beka Kuniashvili in front of him, but in regard to the points he collects with that final.
Yeah, win or lose, Maisoradze is going to go ahead.
He will go ahead.
Of Beka. He's going to just close that gap on Lasha Bekauri. The problem for Maisoradze is that Bekauri is only 21. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit like Lasha Shavdatuashvili early on. You know, he won his Olympic title so early that even when he moved into the 73 kilo category, he was going to own it for quite some time, and you have to make up your mind where you're going to go. We saw yesterday that a Georgian won the under 73 kilo category, and this is a perfect time for him to come in because it's the back end of Lasha Shavdatuashvili's career, and he may very well be able to take his place.
Yes.
However, it will be very difficult, even for someone of Maisoradze's skill and quality, to put out Lasha Bekauri.
Yeah.
Single Shido picked up by Silva Morales. A little over 2 minutes left to go, so half the contest still to come. And it's just beginning to bubble a little bit in here. There's enough of a Georgian crowd in here to make it interesting. They didn't have to come that far, did they? But still, the pandemic conditions are making it tricky for travel. Hopefully that will end within the next couple of months. We're in the back end of it now.
Oh, not a bad attack here from Maisoradze. A little bit too far away with his hip to put some pressure and to break the balance. Stepped in, right side. Escaped the situation. He didn't like it. The attempt from a feint, from Silva Morales, for backward.
Chance here now for Maisoradze if he wants to be brave and go across. And he almost brings it off. Sooner or later, he had to go. He was in the right position. It was just a question of getting enough courage up, saying, okay, I've got the arm in the right place. My feet are in the right place. Let me just go across.
Yeah, and he decided to
go low.
Very low, not being countered or something like that. He really thought it. Okay, I do it, but then very low. He did it now. Again. It's okay. All right. Penalty now given to the Cuban.
It's a little bit harsh, given that he wanted to attack Maisoradze there, and Maisoradze was blocking him from attacking. The intent was to attack. He simply couldn't, because he was. If he'd shaped a couple of times, would that have avoided the penalty? I mean, that's a bit harsh.
Yep.
He's quite a long time on the belt. He just let it go.
But no, something has to come here. Silva Morales already collected 2 penalties. Lift your leg up. Uchimata.
15 seconds. We saw one with 10 seconds left to go. They penalised for with the third penalty. So Silva Morales can't be thinking about golden score here. He's also got to be thinking about getting an attack in to avoid the third penalty.
Yeah. Because when golden score starts, these penalties stay there on the scoreboard. They don't disappear, so it won't get easier. Now on the golden score. All right.
Well, the clock resets, it goes to 0, and so does the 20-second clock. So he's got 20 seconds basically in which to show some positive attacking movement. It's not a rule, just, keep that in your mind, and because it normally works out that way. But round about now, he better start doing something. Oh, almost got caught.
Yeah.
Go on.
You really can feel somehow that both are they both do more want to counter than to attack. That makes it a little bit unattractive.
Yeah, exactly.
This waiting and don't risk too much, and
yeah, Maisoradze doesn't like it.
Look how heavy he is breathing.
Yeah. Maisoradze was unhappy with it, but in the replay, he can ask, well, I'm sure he'll have the answer, so it's no good asking Maisoradze why he's unhappy, but we can ask, what is it that there was not to like about it?
Yeah.
Yes, it was low, but I'm sure that if Maisoradze had executed that himself, he'd be claiming the score.
Yes.
A very, very low ojigari, with both of them being, bent over almost double, being very, very defensive. So you were forced to attack from that low position.
Yeah.
And that's in slow motion. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Unusual execution having come so low, but had Maisoradze turned Felipe Morales in the other direction, which is what he was looking to do, he'd have been asking for the score himself. So Ivan Felipe Silva Morales, the gold medal winner in the under 90 kilo category. Luka Maisoradze of Georgia has to settle for the silver. I'm not sure if Silva Morales has got a list of Grand Slam gold medal wins. However, good luck to him. Right, we come now to the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 78 kilo category. Natasha Ausma of the Netherlands goes up against Luisa Malzahn of Germany. It'll be Ausma in the white judogi, Malzahn in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Olivia Deros of France. Here's Annette.
And as you may already see, the head-to-head was 1-0 for Ausma, although from the ranking, Luisa Malzahn is ranked much more higher, so this does not very often predict only the ranking. There are coming a few more things. A few more things are getting important.
Yeah.
When you want to say who is the better one. I mean, sometimes it changes from competition to competition or contest to contest, but so far Natasha Ausma won one time before. Luisa Malzahn in her semi-final, she lost against her teammate Anna Maria Wagner. She's in the final, and then she went straight into that bronze medal contest, involved into the first action here against Natasha Ausma, the Dutch fighter. Lost her pool final against the number 1 seed and the world number 1, Madeleine Malonga. Won her repechage contest against Mayra Aguiar.
Former world champion.
Yes.
Olympic bronze medalist.
Yeah, a really experienced fighter, and she was in a good shape today, Mayra Aguiar, the Brazilian. She managed that in the repechage, and now here, not strangled because it was above the chin, but now here with chances, both, for bronze medal. Right against right. The most important is to take the head from your opponent with the attack you're starting to. That means a good grip with your right hand. Shido given to Malzahn.
It wasn't the strongest of attacks, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Crossed grip, but it would be better to take the head, to include the head, your opponent's head, when you come up with the attack. Both experienced fighter, both won several medals at Grand Slams. Luisa Malzahn, all in all, 3 Grand Slam gold, 4 silver and 6 bronze medals, but she's also a really experienced fighter with her 31 year. So over the years she collected it. Her opponent, a gold, a silver and a bronze she collected at Grand Slam. Really consistent, the attack here from the Dutch fighter. Natasha Ausma received Vasari for that. Luisa Malzahn just couldn't keep her balance and landed on one part of her back. And now I think she's looking for a choke for Shimawasa. Good defense here from the German, but she got less than 1.5 minutes. There again, cross grip, Ochigari, and then she turned. And has taken the lead now. Again, the head is missing. You see, she struggles there with her right arm.
That wasn't a very clever effort from Aalsma.
No.
Turned the body sideways, away from Malzahn. Not enough contact.
Yeah.
Picked up a false
Yeah.
penalty for a false attack. And the difference there was, you know, you had the body away from Aalsma, the side, at least you had the top half and pulling and making Aalsma block that. That didn't happen the first time round with
Yes.
Aalsma against Malzahn.
Yes. But the attacks on the German has to be more precise. If she decides there to go in for these low attacks, these low shoulder throws, then she needs to get underneath her opponent to break the balance to get a score. Almost every time it's Aalsma who is first into it. Luisa Malzahn, her position is very opened. So that makes it easier for the Dutch to attack, to stick in first, to put the leg in first. Better control now, but she must use it. Oh, so Timivat's attempt, it looked a little bit frightened. It looked as Aalsma came up with the attack first, but she just overtook that movement, I think.
It's just the suspicion as well of Louis almost ducking her head underneath there. Just got to be careful with that. And, just looking at the left arm, well spotted, Annette, blocking out there. Olivia de Ross was on the right side. You could see that right in front of him.
Maybe time for one last attack.
Akikomi, and she's got it. I like that for a score.
Part of her shoulder landed on the tatami.
Louis Malzahn is looking up, wondering why they didn't give her that one. I wonder. No, that's it. That's gone now. Have a quick word with the referee. Shake of the head. Well, there must be the suspicion there of there being two actions. That's the only reason that they wouldn't have given that. So if there is a landing and it stops and then there's a push, there won't. Got to be...
Yes, and I think there was a stop. The question is if it was enough from the shoulder...
with the landing.
On the first, with the first attack on the
Yeah.
tatami. Yes, on the landing.
Natasha Aalsma has to leave the venue on her own because the coach has got to go down for his next athlete.
Yeah, he's busy.
So he says, you'll be okay with your nose, yeah? You go and take care of that, because she's got a bit of a bump to the nose. Aalsma's going to come over and get some attention to that. Let's hope she's okay. So that was the score for Aalsma. Yeah, well, it wasn't over.
I thought
lost concentration.
She lost concentration. I
Yeah.
just saw her eyes. I
Yeah.
just saw Luisa Malzahn's eyes,
Yeah.
and she was like,
This is not going anywhere. You know, let's call Mate here. No.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a big mistake.
She ended up getting caught. Yeah, lack of concentration on that part, thinking one thing was going to happen and something else did. Right, we are supposed to have a second bronze medal contest, and it would have been between Audrey Chermillot and Madeleine Malonga of France. John Ramekers would have been the referee in the middle for this one. However, Madeleine Malonga has picked up an injury and won't be able to compete, so Audrey Chermillot comes out rather nonchalantly, knowing that she hasn't got a battle with anyone.
Relaxed.
Yeah, she makes her way to the middle of the competition hall. He still has to carry out the protocol, a little bow to take to the tatami. She'll have a better one here, and then she'll finish off properly. Yeah. Audrey Chermio takes it. None of the usual celebrations that we have enjoyed over the years from Audrey Chermio, the dancing girl, from time to time, former world champion.
So I could
and
imagine,
Olympic bronze medalist. Sorry, go on.
Yes, so I could imagine that's what she prefers, and that's what how she prefers to win. With many emotions after throwing somebody. This time it wasn't the case.
We come now to the final of the under 78 kilo category. Husha Steenhuis of the Netherlands goes up against Anna-Maria Wagner of Germany. It will be Steenhuis in the white judogi, Wagner in blue. I'm sure we'll get a look at the all the statistics that we need. Lorenzo Bagnoli of Italy is the referee in the middle for this one. Here's Annette Böhm.
Well, so we have with Anna-Maria Wagner, they are coming now. We have here the number 2 seeded and the number 2 in the world, the German Olympic bronze medalist, world champion. And she is up to Husha Steenhuis. She's number 7 in the world. She had a great day so far. She won her pool final against Mayra Aguiar, the Brazilian. We mentioned already her records in the past. Then she won against the number 1 seed here, Madeleine Malonga for France. In the final now. And let's have a look. Again to her head-to-head, because both of them are around for a while. The last time it was the German who won. It was also already, when was it? Last July, mixed teams.
That was close with the left Uchimata, almost came down with the right Kosodokari as well.
It was at the Olympic Games in Tokyo. Last time it was, they fought against each other at the team event, which was new.
Came out on top there.
Yeah. So it is 2-2 so far.
Now it's Wagner's turn to attempt the Uchimata.
Both very upright fighters. They have their side, how they are standing, and one leg in front, right against left. Well, she puts a lot of pressure into it. Anna-Maria Wagner.
Both fighters came to the tatami with incredible intensity written all over their faces. They were really gearing themselves up for this contest. That red back patch denoting Anna-Maria Wagner's status as the current world champion.
Always were close to the edge, and the attack ends outside. Would be interesting if they were in the middle, because then there's no mate coming, and the ending would be really interesting. The Dutch fighter left-sided, Anna-Maria Wagner right-sided. So there's the question, who got the better grip there on the sleeve. That's as powerful. You must also come up with something. And again, ends outside. Single penalty against the white.
Could be another.
Second one. And half the contest still to come. that grip on the sleeve is important. Anna Maria has it, but not the Steinhaus. Jumped in, left-sided. Brought her onto the ground, but not more. Not a score.
Steinhaus doesn't have any other choice here. She's got to keep going forward. Has already picked up 2 penalties. Needs to score on Wagner. Has come closest with the Uchimata, and there she goes again. Almost on the way down. She's not as determined with the second technique as she is with the first, because she almost catches Wagner, and in doing so, she breaks her balance, she's got her off balance, and that's when the second technique can really come into play. But just seems to not be as determined there. That's where the finish is.
Yeah, maybe she's a little bit too late with the timing.
Yeah.
Anna Maria Wagner was already far away when she wanted to combine it, her last Uchimata attack, with maybe a Kochi, with a Nashiwasa.
Well, it's happened twice now. She's almost caught her with the left Uchimata on 2 occasions, and on both occasions she's followed up with slightly weaker Kochi-gari efforts. So she should know that if she can get Anna Maria Wagner moving, then she needs to be able to follow up with that second technique. You've got to be really determined.
Yeah. Look, she was looking here for the Sutemiwasa.
Yeah, it wasn't in the best position.
Yeah.
A few seconds left in regulation time. Time enough for one attack if you can get both hands on. Not now. And we are going to have golden score. Steinhaus has stood up really well in this contest and been very competitive. In fact, she's come closest to scoring. There was that effort on the far side with the left Uchimata. Good grip now from Wagner. Couldn't use it. Whoa!
What a combination that was.
Well, that was what we were talking about, being able to come up with a strong second effort. That's connected. And that's part of it. Yeah. So are they going to have a look at that? A few people in the crowd have seen it on the big screen. All of the efforts have to be connected.
But that was a brilliant connection. So she lifted up with her left leg, then changed the legs, used her right leg to try to step behind.
Right, okay. So at some stage in that exchange, there was insufficient connection to keep it going. All right.
But really, you don't see this very often. This kind of, I don't know. You know, if the coach, okay, but really to change completely the legs. The leg, which one is standing, lifting up to standing, and that rolls. Wow.
Just drop the hips, and again, change of direction. She's just beginning to get dangerous with the second effort. Yes, the first effort shakes Wagner, but it's being able to come up with the second effort. Happened on the far side, almost happened here. She's got the best of the contest, to be honest, although she's still got the 2 penalties against her, and Wagner is penalty-free, despite the fact that we've had well over a minute of golden score. She's still keeping up the rate of attacks and not committed any errors. Oh,
Looking there for
on
the
the
arm
arm,
lock.
possibly. Now Wagner's blocked it. Well, Wagner's going to struggle here because this wasn't the kind of contest that she expected.
Yes.
She picks up a penalty for passivity, coming under some real pressure here from Huscher. 2 minutes into golden score. Has Wagner got anything left? Hasn't got the second hand on yet. Back to
Always at the edge.
back to the same pattern of wandering off to the edge, and then one or either of them just hooking in for the Uchimata. There we go, edge again. Yeah, you're right, Anna. It's not a very attractive battle.
Uchimata again, and
No, the referee had already called Mato.
Yeah.
Can't be standing up out of your chair and calling Wazari. Then a bit late for that. You have to call Mate here as well. Now, I mean, I'd be tempted to really look at who was wandering off the area here.
Yes.
You've had enough of it's a big mat. Come on, you know, why conduct all your business on the mat edge? So whomsoever wanders over there, I think, is deserving of a penalty.
The thing is, when it gets a little bit awkward is when both started to get their leg in first.
Yeah.
And this is not a throw, this is more blocking for me, and to be the first in, but not to really want to throw. And I could imagine Stenhouse now gets more and more passive again. There was a time, some sequences where she really showed us some really good judo combinations and exercise. Here she tried to turn her, but she came back to the same old routine she started. So 3:30 already. Maybe a last surprise here. It's getting harder and harder.
Well, this is where it's really important not to lose concentration here, not to lose focus. They both came to the tatami. Absolutely, you could see it when they were coming out there. Really focused. They are completely drained now. Almost 2 contests out there.
Yeah.
4 minutes of golden score. And whomsoever maintains the composure is going to take it.
You see that I am not really able to throw anymore. Please surprise us. There comes a point where you still want to, but your body is just unable to follow your head.
It would be a pity if we couldn't find a positive technique to end it. It'd be a shame to end it on a penalty here. And they both look as though they could get thrown. Stenhouse actually looks the more likely to do the throwing. She really has come close. difficult position with Wagner being so side on.
Yeah.
And Steenhuis having to get so far across. And she's also got to be aware of the balance in attacks now. You don't want to give this up on a passivity penalty. You get very, very little time. Steenhuis is the one who's got to come back and attack now.
Yes.
Can't afford for Wagner to put in a strong attack. Understand exactly the state of the contest and know that you've got to come in with a big attack. And having done some kind of attack, know that you've got to come up with another now to put the pressure on Wagner.
Yeah.
And another. Okay, well, that last one from Wagner won't count. So now it's down to Wagner to come back.
Yeah, she's
so
a little bit under
Steenhuis
pressure.
has really got to understand exactly where she is now.
Yeah.
Put in the biggest, strongest attack that you can, and you may take this, albeit on the back of a third penalty. But that's where we are now. That's what you need.
And this is a thing you don't want, because this
Yeah, you've got no arms
costs
left.
extra, yes, extra power you don't have. You don't have.
Wagner's also got to understand that it's down to her to come up with an attack.
Yeah. Difficult to explain how the both fighters feel.
You take the risk.
Yes. After such a long time of fighting.
And what we're going to end up with is a technique that's on the highlights reel.
Yes.
Can you imagine it? One of the best techniques of the day.
Yes.
But we just had to wait 11 minutes for it.
Wow, incredible. Incredible. But this is one of the strengths.
I say 11 minutes, well, of course, it was a hell of a lot longer.
Yes, yeah,
Wasn't
you're
it?
right.
Even the 5:55 and the 4 doesn't add up to
Yes.
11. So my math is pretty poor.
That's a strength the German has. That she just really never gives up. And I was always waiting that there's coming just a reaction like that she just take all the power she got left into it.
And there was always the possibility that Husha Steenhuis was going to give her that, because she couldn't come up with really strong first attacks. That was the thing, really strong first attacks. So there was always a chance that Wagner was going to counter her. Well. You had to wait for a bit. You had to wait.
Yeah.
But the finish, I think, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the finish.
Yes.
Because the finish was worth the tension and, you know, the little bit of stress that we suffered in going through some poor judo in parts from both of them. But the finish was terrific.
Yes.
You can look at this once more, look.
Brilliant how she got that leg out. Made another step. She was already in the air. Yeah, and then she turned her.
Took a while, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Coach says Congratulations, and Wagner says, I'm glad that's over. We come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 90 kilo category.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the medal ceremony for the men's under 90 kilogram category.
The medals are being presented by the International Judo Federation Vice President, Mr. Seteni Randrian Asoloniaiko. The first of the bronze medals goes to Rafael Machado of Brazil. There's a bronze medal also for Todd Christian of Hungary. Silver medal goes to Luka Maisoradze of Georgia. But the gold medal goes to Ivan Felipe Silva Morales of Cuba.
Prize money and flowers will be presented by the board member of the Turkish Judo Federation. Madalya kazanan sporcuların ödül ve çiçekleri Türkiye Judo Federasyonu Yönetim Kurulu üyesi Sayın Ersan Odaman tarafından takdim ediliyor. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the
And now the national anthem of Cuba.
Thank you very much. Hemen çok teşekkürler. Şimdi onur kodlarımız ve madalya kazanan sporcularımız sağlığa fotoğrafı çektiriyorlar.
Time for the family picture, and then a few shots without the masks. Machado and Tot were the bronze medal winners. Maisoradze picked up the silver. It was Silva Morales to take the gold medal for Cuba. Coming up next, we're going to have the medal matches in the under 100 kilo category. And the first of these will be a bronze medal contest between Rafael Buzzacarini of Brazil. He goes up against Alexander Kukolya of Serbia. It'll be Buzzacarini in the white judogi, Kukolya in blue.
So you see the head-to-head, 0-1.
The referee in the middle for this one is Everardo Garcia of Mexico.
In this category, under 100 kilos, today we had 41 athletes. The number one seed made it until the final, but we're gonna see him later. First, we're gonna start here with Alexander Kukolya of Serbia. Lost his semi-final to the Spanish fighter Nicolas Sharazadishvili, and his opponent Rafael Buzzacarini of Brazil. Buzzacarini lost his pool final against Kyle Reyes of Canada. Then in the rapid charge he had no fight before because his opponent didn't fight, and he then was also straight in this bronze medal contest. Won by draw.
Pusacarini is quite tall for the weight category, and yet Collier is even taller, and that's for someone who came up from under 90 kilos.
Yes.
Absolute giant at 90. Sherazadishvili, who we'll see in the final, is as tall, maybe just a couple of centimetres shorter, but both of them are very tall. And I think far better suited to the under 100 kilo category than under 90, although with Sherazadishvili having had so much success in that weight category, that's going to be a tough act to follow. Lukas Kopalik has done it successfully, moved weights, hasn't he?
Yes, the trick fighter. From 100 to heavyweight. Oh, the attempt left-sided. Uchimata Ochigari. Okay, and there's the first penalty given for being passive. Pusacarini penalized for it. Immediately a counter. Pusacarini was going forward and Kokoye tried to throw him the other way. Actually, Kokoye last year at the Worlds in Hungary, in the under 100, he became silver medalist. Lost against Jorge Fonseca of Portugal. Oh, and I lost a little bit of contact. That did not look that attractive. This Temivasa attempt. A minute 40 left. Yeah, looking for a good grip there with his left arm, and immediately he attacked. He landed on his left side, so they gave.
It's away from the referee as well, hidden by the landing, Krukoliuk, so his colleagues had to help out Everardo Garcia there. And I don't see those as being mistakes by the referee. He's not in a position to see, and they move very, very quickly. The landing is hidden. You don't want to be giving out something for something that doesn't exist. You've got your colleagues there who've got another view, and they can give you a much better idea of what's gone on. So,
yeah,
Collier leads inside the last minute. Single Shido against Pusacarini, that's not going to count for much now. Has to come up with a score. Kukolia picks up a penalty for exiting the competition area pretty quickly as well. My arm off. I don't like that grip.
Luckily, he had no grip on the right arm there, no? From the Serbian. Couldn't turn him, yeah.
Tempted as she was up. It was a clubbing, actually, effort from Buzzacarini. No real finesse in that. Kukolia didn't mind getting involved on the ground, where he would have liked to have used up some of the time left on the clock. He could afford to take one dive here, to be honest. Doesn't need to.
Yes.
Buzzacarini was kept at bay with those long arms, and it's Alexander Kukolia of Serbia who takes the first of the bronze medals in the under 100 kilo category. They call that a workman-like performance. Nothing flashy, nothing spectacular, just got the job done. Scored and then made it difficult for Buzzacarini to get anywhere near him. Coming up next, the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 100 kilo category. Elmar Gazimov of Azerbaijan goes up against Kyle Reyes of Canada. It'll be Gazimov in the white judogi, Reyes in blue.
3-1 head-to-head. Interesting.
And the referee in the middle for this one is Val van Nester of Belgium. And what were there? Did you catch a look at the rankings? I think you may have got them there.
Kyle Reyes is ranked as on place 20 and his opponent a little bit higher, Elmar Gazimov 37. Although he reached that what Kyle Reyes still wants to, an Olympic medal. Gazimov, Olympic silver medalist.
Yes. And here comes Elmar Gazimov.
Yeah, there he is. Gazimov lost his pool final against Nicolas Sherazadishvili and then won against Ashley Gonzalez in the rapid charge contest. Represented Romania. Gonzalez, yes. And now here against Kyle Reyes. Kyle Reyes had a great day so far. He just lost in the semi-final against George Fonseca.
We got a question mark on Kyle Reyes with regard to his shoulder. He landed heavily on 2 occasions in that semi-final and winced both times, especially the first time round. I think the second time maybe not as bad, but having landed on it once before, I don't know whether he aggravated that. He would have had a small amount of time to get some treatment, depending on how heavily he landed and maybe whether there'd been a previous injury there. We don't know, but certainly from what we saw, he was in some degree of discomfort after the first landing, and then he was thrown for a second time. And I guess when someone of George Fonseca's power puts you into the mat, you're gonna know all about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Gazimov is slightly bent over and defensive here. Needs to attack Reyes. If he's going to give the impression that Gazimov isn't doing anything, then he'd better do something. And he doesn't, and it is actually Gazimov who attacks. He just wasted that opportunity there. Strong grip, Gazimov looking defensive, and look at that. Instead of Gazimov being the one who comes up with the penalty, Reyes does. Chigari just driving Gazimov back, but not powerfully enough to come up with a throwing technique.
Both in their category and their national team got a national concurrent, which is ranked higher. Gazimov got Kotsoyev. He was seated here as number 4.
Zelin Kotsoyev, yeah.
And the teammate from Kyle Reyes is Shady El Nahas, number 3 in the world.
Uchimata from Kyle Reyes. Gazimov steps off that. Tried to ambush him there with that little sit down like Yoko Sutemi was up. Outstretched leg.
Gazimov got a style. It seems like he's slow and transferred to his opponents every time that they got slowly too, and then he explodes with some dangerous thing.
Oh, did he take that over?
But this time, good reaction from Kyle Reyes.
Has he taken this over? No, hands are going everywhere. It's Gazimov going down on his back.
Yeah.
No action from Reyes. Val van Nester, the referee in the middle, was unfazed by that. Yeah, you're not going to catch me with that one. It's really Reyes that needs to get explosive here. As you say, the tempo that Gazimov employs. Whoa,
he's so powerful, it's incredible.
Yeah. He awakened the beast with that last attack, Reyes.
Yeah.
He'd have been walking around all nice and sleepy, and then all of a sudden Reyes had a go at him, and Gazimov said, I better get this finished, hadn't I?
Yeah.
Came up with a nice... Well, you were asking for the explosive technique, and Reyes is definitely favouring that right shoulder. Arm is hanging down now, a third landing. Hasn't helped him at all. It's Elmar Gazimov who takes the second of the bronze medals. He's going to be joining Alexander Kukolya on the podium. And celebrations for some of the Azeri team. Reyes has to settle for a 5th place finish.
And Kyle Reyes had a longer time since we have seen in the last time on the tatami. It was last June at the World Championships. Now maybe he has another break because of injury. Of an injury. That's I feel really sorry for him.
Always getting that right shoulder banged up.
Yeah.
Fonseca threw him a couple of times. Gazimov planted him on the shoulder there. It's not as though he lands on his back. He actually, every time, gets thrown on the shoulder.
Yeah, the first contact is the shoulder, And if there is something already not going on so well, then it's not good.
You've got some big, strong guys putting you into the tatami.
Yeah.
And you might think that if you walk on the tatami, they're a little bit soft at times, but you get 100 kilos driving you into the tatami. I think you might think otherwise. We come now to the final of the under 100 kilo category. Jorge Fonseca of Portugal goes up against Nicolas Sherazadishvili of Spain. It's Fonseca in the white judogi, Sherazadishvili in blue. We had a look at the ranking and the head-to-heads. I can't remember actually. It was on and off fairly quickly, and there is the route to the final for both fighters. The referee in the middle for this one is Olivier de Ros. And Annette will tell you a little bit more about the two fighters.
Well, the fighter in blue, Nicolas Sherazadishvili, since this year, he is fighting in that category. We already spoke about it. He's very tall and he became world champion in the under 90, but still so tall, and we think this category fits more. And his opponent, Jorge Fonseca, number 1 seed here, number 2 in the world. Here he is. And double world champion from last year in 2019. Olympic bronze medalist from Tokyo. It's going to be exciting here. And also to mention that Nicolas Sherazadishvili also won the World Championships twice or 2 times. It was last year in the under 90 and 2018.
Sherazadishvili just sneaks in at number 99 on the world ranking list in the under 100 kilo category. Jorge Fonseca 1 spot off the number 1 spot at world number 2.
You don't have this very often, that you have a fight with 2 red back patches, do you?
No.
I can't remember actually.
You are quite right. Well, I have seen it.
Yeah.
But you're quite right. It's not a regular occurrence. I wonder if we've seen 2 Olympic champions. When Basile moved up to under 73 kilos, did he at some stage? Oh, of course, he did fight. Oh no, didn't he?
Yes. Yes, he did. Was it in Düsseldorf last year?
You can have a look at that, but just that
I remember that one,
point,
yeah. But this is really very, very
rare.
Rare, yes. And makes it special. Yeah, this is allowed as long as you come up with a technique. But breaking up the grip is forbidden.
And Fonseca did that and picked up the penalty.
It's a clear rule since the beginning of the year. Oh yeah, this is dangerous. This is one of his dangerous attacks. I think it's difficult to get away when he once comes close to you and puts all his muscles in this attack.
Get the feeling that Sherazadishvili would like to keep Fonseca on the tatami for as long as possible, and not give up a score and drain him if he can. However, his difficulty is he's collected 2 penalties already, and we're still got more than half the contest to come. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a work in progress, isn't it? It will be a while.
And Nicolas Sherazadishvili thinks it's not the end.
Yep, it's a tricky thing. You want to be gracious and everything, but at the same time, you're really angry at having gone over. And you can see it on Sherazadishvili's face.
Yes.
I've got to stay here and take this because Fonseca's being so nice to me. I've got to be respectable. But I've just had, the backside kicked. So what can I do? Well, you have to take it.
That's okay. Decision is done.
And the other thing is, you've also got to take into consideration that you're new in the weight category. You're number 99 on the world ranking list. Here you are in the final of a Grand Slam.
Yeah.
You're making your way now.
Yeah, exactly.
If you'd asked him this morning, what would you settle for? He'd probably, off the record, have said, look, I want to get on the podium. Because I know that it's a big field. I know it's a good field. We can count up the number of stars that we've rated this on. I want to be on the podium. And then if you told him you'd be in the final, well, then he'd change it because he'd want to win. Obviously,
Yeah.
he said he'd want to win. But by starting the day off saying you want to be on the podium, you're accepting that you may lose one. Well, you just did. But you don't want to lose the final. And you don't want to lose to the world champion in the weight category that you've just moved up into. And those two things just happened there. But a good effort, I think, from Sherazadishvili and a top draw finish from George Fonseca to throw a world champion. Doesn't matter if he's in the weight category below.
Yes.
He's quality.
Yes.
Sherazadishvili is quality, and you just threw him for Ippon. So good one. Yeah, there's time enough. A couple of years to go to Paris, don't worry. I'm coming for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what's in Nicolas's mind. George, in his mind, is just enjoy the moment. We come now to the awarding ceremony for women in the under 78 kilo category.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the medal ceremony for the women's under 78 kilogram category. Değerli izleyicilerimiz, şimdi kadınlar 78 kilogram altı kategorisine madalya törenine başlıyoruz.
The medals are being presented by the General Treasurer of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Nasser Al-Tamimi. The first of the bronze medals goes to Audrey Chemiot of France. There's a bronze medal also for Natasha Ausma of the Netherlands. Silver medal goes to Kusha Steenhuis of the Netherlands. But the gold medal goes to Anna Maria Wagner of Germany. I think Germany wanted a handshake, didn't she? And then Mr. Al-Tamimi had to remind her that we continue to carry out the COVID-19 protocol, so no handshakes for the time being.
Brilliant. From the final. After such a long time, almost 6 minutes in golden score. Holding her hand. Great pictures.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Germany.
And now the national anthem of Germany. I like the fact that on the gi, just above the national flag, you can have the star.
I agree.
Every gold star
Yeah.
is a reflection of the number of world titles that you have won. And when you look at Teddy Rinner's gi, it looks like the European Union with the number of stars around it. Chemio and Aalsma were the bronze medal winners. It was Steenhuis who took the silver, Wagner the gold medal. And it's lovely to see everybody happy and smiling and content on the podium. Yeah, they're going to all have a good laugh.
Yeah.
Good one. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the weight category as well. Right, we come now to the first of the bronze medal matches in the plus 78 kilo category. Amasaken Adiyasuren of Mongolia goes up against Julia Tolafua of France. It's Amasakan in the white judogi, Tolafua in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Roberta Chiulia of Italy. Here's Annette.
22 athletes we had in women's heavyweight today. And we're gonna also have a quick look at the draw at Julia Tolofua's draw. Here she is. She lost the semi-final against her teammate Lea Fontaine and went straight into the bronze medal contest. And her opponent from Mongolia, Amasaikan, she lost her pool final against the German René Lucht. And then in the rapid charge, she won her one contest she has to win to get to the bronze medal contest, and that was against Larisa Ceric of Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Right, well, we'll see just how much that loss to her teammate, to Tolafua losing to Lea Fontaine, we'll see just how much that drives her and pushes her on here. Amasaikan.
Yeah.
Avoiding to take a grip, 20 seconds you get.
Yeah.
Well, you don't need even 20 seconds. It could be 5 seconds if all you're doing is avoiding to take a grip. She had 20.
Yeah.
So, not too strong here. Tolafua just overpowering Amasaikan. Gotta be careful here. Yeah, Katagatami from Tolafua. Not quite Katagatami, it's a broken Katagatami, but Tolafua is going to hold on to it.
Yeah.
Oh. Couldn't get the shoulder free. But you know, the lower half of the body can turn.
Yeah.
But the top half, or both shoulders, and at least one shoulder, was maintained, and the top half was a lot better controlled than the lower half. Tolafua, happy with her lot.
Yeah, and
although she's got a few tears, look.
Yes. Emotions.
She knows she's missed out on a Grand Slam gold.
Exactly, and that was a tricky fight against her teammate Lea Fontaine. And when you look about the world ranking, and also there's also another one, the absolutely number one Romana Dico, Olympic bronze medalist. I think it's important to be the number 2 after. So I think it's important for her to be better than Lea Fontaine. This is a tough battle. This time, I mean, she won bronze, but she couldn't come into the final because she lost against her teammate. But she's happy now. This is great emotional pictures.
Yeah, well, she's been struggling actually. Bronze medal in 2021 at Paris. A year late, well, not a year later, because we had one in October, if you remember. Then in February, followed that up with another bronze medal, and then another bronze medal in Tel Aviv, and another bronze medal here. So she's not the happiest of campers at the moment, having had 4 bronze medals in a row. But she's keeping up the her ranking. Number 6 in the world, I think you said. So she added to her points tally here.
Yeah, number 6.
And there's, you know, the small matter of the prize money as well. Every time you're on the podium,
that is right.
It's a payday, isn't it? So well done to her. Slightly unorthodox Osai Waza, but she's not going to complain. We come now to the second of the bronze medal contests in the plus 78 kilo category. Marit Kamps of the Netherlands goes up against René Lucht of Germany. Lorenzo Bagnoli is the referee in the middle, who awaits only one of the fighters, I'm afraid, because René Lucht picked up an injury earlier on, so she will not be able to compete. We're just waiting for Marit Kamps to come to the middle, take the formal bow. She'll be awarded the contest, and then
there she is.
We'll get on with the rest of the medal
would
matches.
have been, yes, it would have been interesting, because René Lucht so far had a good day and just lost in the semi-final against Ras Hershko of Israel.
Could have been in that contest that she picked up the injury then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, Lorenzo Bagnoli, former competitor himself, gets to award the contest. No need to call on him any longer. Sorry about that, Lorenzo. You missed out on refereeing a contest there, but that's the way the
you did everything right.
Draw. Yeah, no mistakes in that one.
No mistakes in that one.
Right, coming up next, the final of the plus 78 kilo category. Ras Hershko of Israel goes up against Leah Fontaine of France. It'll be Hershko in the white judogi, Fontaine in blue, and we will get this one refereed. It'll be Val van Nesta of Belgium in the middle. Here is Annette.
Well, 1-to-1, head-to-head, and it is Ras Hershko, the Israeli fighter, who is defending that gold medal from last year's Antalya Grand Slam.
Ras?
She won that last year.
Okay, well, here comes
Yeah.
Leah Fontaine to unseat
Yes.
the reigning champion then.
There she is. She's number 3 in the world, after Romana Diko of France and Beatriz Sousa of Brazil. That's the Israeli fighter. And the French fighter, number 13 in the world. And as we just said, won this semi-final against her teammate, Julia Tolofua.
Have they gone head-to-head before? I wonder.
Once.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to remember where that was. Yes, I think I remember seeing it. Yeah, as much movement as possible from Hershko is what's needed. Get the tempo up. Use as much of the tatami as possible. You don't want to be standing still with Leah Fontaine. Sure it's the same in German, isn't it? Grip and move.
Yes. Outside attack. And I could imagine that it's just really difficult to break her balance. She's a little bit more heavier than Hershko.
Picks up the penalty for the false attack.
Yeah, the slow attacks. You must be really careful if they are not well precise, and if there's no reaction from your opponent, you get penalized for it. But for now, it was Lea Fontaine who got a penalty for being passive. So she must also do something. Oh, she lost her grip a little bit too early, Hershko. Not to get a force, another penalty for force attack.
The tactics that super heavyweights are going to have to employ against Fontaine, they're going to have to work her out, because she's a difficult opponent to move.
No chance. She needs to prepare it a little bit better. Second penalty.
And that warning there from Val van Nester should galvanise Fontaine into action. I mean, we can look at what her opponents need to do, but there's also the question of what she needs to do, what Lea Fontaine needs to do. And, you know, tempo is definitely one of the areas that she needs to work on. Making sure that there are sufficient enough attacks at the right time to stop her from picking up those penalties. Well, you might want to call Osaikomi now. Yep. Yeah, I think he was right there. Give it a couple of seconds to see if there's real control. And then if there isn't, you can call Osaikomi. If there's no real control, she'll be out of it.
Yes.
You call Osaikomi, 20 seconds later, couldn't move.
Yeah.
So yes, Hershko's going to have to work out how to deal with Fontaine, because that's 2-1 now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the real final contest for over 78 kilos from France,
Lea Fontaine of France takes the gold medal in the women's super heavyweight category. Okay. Well, the French will be happy. But as Annette Byrne was pointing out at the beginning, there is another French athlete who is in the driving seat there. That's Romain Dicot. And for the time being, I don't see Dicot being unseated.
I agree. Yeah.
Back to the drawing board for Raz Hershko. She just gets leaned on.
Yeah. You know, maybe some people are thinking that was unfair because there was such a big difference on weight. No doubt that it is true, but tactically also not the most clever fight from the Israeli fighter.
Yeah.
She could have used that a little bit more. Try to move her, disturb her with the legs, you know, some preparation, ashiwatsa, and all these little things. And yeah, she didn't do that. Yeah.
You know, you just settle on a grip, and then you let the super heavyweights settle on a grip. That's the thing they love best.
Yeah.
The thing that they like least of all is movement. Super heavyweight doesn't want to move.
That's right. Yeah.
They want to use as little of the mat as possible. They just want to stay in a certain area, settle, and then come up with their big techniques. And the more you can move them, the better chance you have. So, right, we come to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 100 kilo category. The medals are being presented by the events director of the International Judo Federation, Dr. Lisa Allen.
The medals will be presented by the events director of the International Judo Federation, Dr. Lisa Allen. Bronze medalists are
The first of the bronze medals goes to Elmar Gazimov of Azerbaijan. There's a bronze medal also for Alexander Kukolya of Serbia. Silver medal goes to Nikolos Sherazadishvili of Spain. The gold medal goes to Jorge Fonseca of Portugal.
Yes.
I love it.
Sayın Yavuz Gürhan, Antalya Gençlik ve Spor İl Müdürü, madalya kazanan sporcuların ödül ve çiçeklerini takdim ediyor.
That was a great final. Two big champions.
Yes,
He's both with great throwing skills.
enjoyed watching that.
Yeah.
And now the national anthem of Portugal. Well, we enjoyed watching Jorge Fonseca belting that out.
Yes.
Just as much as he enjoyed singing it.
Yeah, that's typical for him. Everything 150%. Fighting, throwing, his emotions, and also singing.
George has got his mask off already. He can't wait. He can't wait for the photo opportunity.
Yeah.
Alexander had to help him out there a little
Yeah.
bit. And now they can go back into their own little bubble, and off comes the mask. Gazimov and
don't worry.
Kukolya were the bronze medal winners. Sherazadishvili took the silver. It was the laughing man himself, Fonseca, who took the gold. And the shortest man on the podium has the biggest smile.
No doubt. Yes.
Handshakes and hugs all around. Why not? Yeah, everyone happy. I'll tell you what, we've seen some happy podiums, haven't we?
Yeah. I love that pictures. After the awarding ceremony.
Who was the only unsmiling medalist that we saw? There was one during the week, or the last couple of days anyway.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. We come now to the first of the bronze medal contests in the plus 100 kilo category. Timur Rakimov of Tajikistan goes up against Joseph Terech of France. It'll be Rakimov in the white judogi, Terech in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Uwana Babiuk of Romania. There's Annette.
Well, actually both haven't met before in a competition. We've just seen the head-to-head was 0-0. Joseph Terech of France lost his semi-final against the number 2 seed here, Guram Tushishvili, former world champion, Olympic medalist. We're gonna see in the final, and here we're gonna have the number 3 in the world and seeded as number 1 today. That's the French. Here we're gonna have Temur Rakimov of Tajikistan. So he lost the pool final against a Hungarian, Shibutz Richard. Then won his rubber charge contest against Ushangi Kokauri of Azerbaijan, and now here in the small final, the bronze medal contest. Every judo fan knows it, that this category, wow, that was a great move here, normally belongs to at least in French hands, and the number 1 is Teddy Riner. But Joseph Terhek, ranked as 24th in the world ranking, comes after. Right after Teddy Riner, 8 times world champion, 2 times Olympic champion. Only to mention the gold medals, 4 times Masters winner, Grand Slam medals. He collected 6, and so on. So this is really an absolutely exception. But here's also a great battle here. Rakimov or Terhek. Rakimov is 24 years young. His opponent, 2 years older. Uchimata, brilliant.
He must have brought his fan club with him.
Yes.
the bigger chairs for Rakimov than anyone else. What a way to finish as well.
Yeah.
Was he not the number 1 seed this morning?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Well, I like to refer to that as a save. If you come in as the number 1 seed and you're expected to, do the job, you don't quite make it, but you do manage to come away with a medal, then you've had a save. Saved the day.
Yes.
And slaps all round. Yep, Tajikistan, we know where you are now.
There again, left-sided, brilliant. Didn't really needed to lift him up. He just really turned him, and look at his. He really got long legs. Turned him, rolled directly onto his back.
Nice,
it was
nice.
not a hopping or. It was quite enough, and still a clear ippon.
And a nice technique from a big fella, yeah?
Yep.
Well executed.
Right leg was in a good position. A standing leg. And kisses to the crowd, to his fan club.
His fans, yeah.
Yes, his fans.
Coming up next, the second of the bronze medal contests in the plus 100 kilo category. Andy Granda of Cuba goes up against Siboj Richard of Hungary. It'll be Granda in the white judogi, Siboj in blue. Let's look at their world rankings. They have not yet met, and the referee in the middle for this one is John Ramekers of the Netherlands. Maybe Annette has got a bit more information about how they got here.
So let's have a look to Siboj, who's coming into the venue first. There he is. The Hungarian won his pool final, won against the number 1 seed here, Rakimov, then lost his semi-final against Alisher Yusupov of Uzbekistan, and now is here in the bronze medal contest against Andy Granda. Andy Granda, the Brazilian, lost his pool final to Guram Tushishvili of Georgia, then won one of this repertoire contests that was against the Uzbek fighter Turoboyev of Cuba. Yes, what did I say, Sheldon?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we're good.
And now the Cuban is in the bronze medal contest.
A number of times I've said the same thing. Oh, almost. Just lost contact there. Was shaping for the Surikomigoshi, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Granda.
And not to forget the number of athletes in the heavyweight, 37. So to get until now, it's also the sixth fight for them, and this is really quite high. Normally you have a little bit less than the others, but with
quite right.
They have a 37 competitors. It's really a tough draw for everybody who's now made it until a fight for a medal.
Yeah, for me this was definitely Grand Slam quality, Grand Slam numbers. And those are the things that you want. You go to a big event, you want to make sure that you've got enough numbers and that you have the right quality. And some of these were World Championship quality.
Yeah, yeah.
Little bit tentative from Siboj there.
Yeah.
You know, you really want to be a bit more punchy.
It wasn't 100%.
Yeah.
He just tried to. He didn't want to throw.
Yeah, turning in and away from his opponent. Half the contest gone, just a single Shido against Siboj. And they're just wandering around aimlessly at the moment, to be honest. Neither of them have got any kind of direction, not knowing what to do. So, given that they're both clueless at the moment, they both pick up penalties.
Yeah. And for the Hungarian, already the second penalty. No more penalties allowed here, otherwise he is out.
Seems to have lost the plan.
Yeah.
But what am I out here for? I seem to remember I'm supposed to be doing something. Well,
yeah.
Let's get it done. They've gone back to wandering. I can't believe this.
Too slow. And he got throwing skills. He really got a talent, the Hungarian. Got a nice judo.
I mean, this suits Granda absolutely.
Yeah.
A second penalty here to him, and a third penalty would be the end of it. So.
And an attack now from him, from the Cuban.
Yeah, Siboj has got to know he's got to put something in here. Ungvari Miklos screaming instructions to his man here. He probably realizes he's on the edge. Granda just looking to stroll his way to a bronze medal. You're gonna have to get with it here.
Yeah.
Richard. I think I might be standing up and shouting to him in a minute. And, you know, Granda has sensed that. Just stepping up the tempo a bit now.
All right, a golden score.
Well, they've just wandered into the golden score period, haven't they?
Somehow.
2 penalties against Shibots. Just the one against Granda. As I say, you know, Granda's not against the idea of just calming things down and coasting, because even if they did both get penalties, he'd win.
Strong left arm here now from the Hungarian.
Yeah, he's made a mistake here, Granda, allowing the arm to go up there, because he gets dominated.
Yes.
Got to find a way of making that difficult, you know, and working your way out of it. Can't just allow Shibots to control your body with that strong grip.
Okay.
Now he picks up a penalty.
Yes, for false attack. So keep your head high and upright. And hopefully we're going to see a technique, not a third penalty. Bucci. Attempt here from Shibots. Missed that. It's now really up to Granda. Both are waiting too long, just too long. Of course, they don't want to take one risk, but this can't also be the plan. Right. A big attack, at least, brought his opponent onto the ground.
Two minutes of golden score. Granda hasn't really managed this well. You know, if Shibots was going to be a little bit off the pace, you have to recognize that, take advantage of it. You know, you can still steal it with 3 sheeters. Okay, sometimes it's not the most attractive, but you've got to find a way to win. You've got to find a way to come up with something a little bit more, you know, inventive than just coasting.
Good reactions from both. Almost, almost, yeah.
A little how she was unsettled, the Hungarian, and then almost underneath with the Shimiwaza. You don't expect that kind of speed from the big fellas. You know, if you'd been able to bring that off, you would have said, well, really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've made really hard work of this. And Granda just looking to finish it off now.
Yes.
One big attack here.
Yes, that is tactic.
You know, you just got to be clever now. Right, here's your warning
One more time.
to Shibots.
Ooh!
And there you go.
Yeah, he caught him very low.
Yeah, step it up.
He deserves it, to be honest.
And if you didn't get it for the Wazara, you would have got it for
Yeah.
being the more attacking of the two. Shibots Richard really was not in that contest. Never really threatened anything, the big fella from Hungary. And he's got, you know, something about him, but it didn't happen today, unfortunately. Well, after the fireworks of Timur Rakimov in the previous contest, we had a little bit of calming down
Yes.
with Granda and Shipods. However, what we may do is to go back up
Yes.
when we have the final. Let's see if they can unearth anything from here. Probably that last action that came up with the score, and then we'll come to the final.
Yeah. There was the last one. Very smooth and softly. Good feeling there for the situation. Good reaction. Oh, Uchi, very low on the ankle. The contact was. Yeah, well done. Oh, beautiful. I like this rotation. That work with his left leg.
We come now to the final of the plus 100 kilo category. Alisher Yusupov of Uzbekistan goes up against Gurem Tusishvili of Georgia. It'll be Yusupov in the white judogi, Tusishvili in blue. They've gone head-to-head on two occasions. Both of them have been won by Tusishvili. I'll let Annette tell you about the world ranking numbers just after I let you know that it is Raul Camacho of Spain who's in the middle for this one. Annette.
Well, there is a little gap, let's say that. Yusupov ranked as 26 in the world. Tushishvili, he is the number 4 in the world in his category. And I just had a look to the head-to-head. But before, let's have a quick look where they came from today. So, Tushishvili, Guram Tushishvili, the Georgian, was number 2 seed here today. And Yusupov, his opponent, had an unseeded place, but won against the number 10 in the world, won against Shibus Richard in the semi-final, the Hungarian we have just seen, and now is in the final.
Unseeded.
Unseeded,
And in the final, Yusupov.
Yes. Wow.
Having to go up against the former world champion.
Yes, and Olympic medalists. And let's have a look where they met. So it was 2020 at the Düsseldorf Grand Slam, where the Uzbek fighter lost, and he also lost a year before at the Tashkent Grand Prix.
Yes, Yusupov guilty there of breaking up the grip and not keeping one.
Yeah.
This really was a little bit more clever
Yeah.
in changing grips there and always managing to keep one. Mind you, it's put him in a slightly difficult position there, and he scored!
Yeah.
Yeah, got himself into an awkward position. And Yusupov with the Yoko Sutemi waza. A little maybe Sumikaishi, yes. Over into the corner.
Yeah.
Tusishvili not sensing the danger there when, or maybe he did, he just couldn't get off it. I thought it looked dangerous. And then Yusupov came up with the score inside the first minute.
Wow.
Tusishvili trails.
Tricky. But one thing is sure, Tusishvili definitely does not accept that. He's a fighter. But the question is, Yusupov is in such a great shape and really dangerous, a dangerous fighter. You see this, the way he reacts, and I mean, he has taken the lead. Strong grip here.
Uchigari left-sided, nice effort.
Yeah.
Well, they've given a second score for Yusupov. Tusishvili doesn't like it. We shall see.
Yes. They will check it.
We'll see what it is. As long as Tusishvili doesn't attack first.
So now they check it carefully. With the video referee commissioned. From this side, impossible to see. Question is from the other side.
No. Yeah.
Maybe we got a chance later on to have a replay
We will.
from
I'm
that
sure
side.
that'll come back up.
Because I think it was so close, but he didn't touch the mat, maybe only with his button. Anyway.
Yusupov wants to finish it anyway, but it's Tusishvili who's going to claim a score.
Yeah, but not only to
fall on top of him.
You, it's not a throw. So you must be absolutely active with your feet or one of the foot or with your hands and come up with a throw. Not only fall above. Who got the stronger nerves and a better reaction here? Half the contest is gone. There's still chance here and time for the Georgian. Let's see.
Yeah,
wow.
There it is, Ippon.
Oh, that looked so simple, didn't it? Just rolled.
Bit of a smile
Yes.
on Tusishvili's face. He knows how close he came
Yes.
to losing there.
Yeah.
And then, as you say, when the finish came, it just looked so neat, so comfortable, easy done. Little tap on the head. Yeah, nice try, mate.
Yeah.
But,
I feel really sorry for his opponent
Yeah.
because he was happy in such a sweet way.
yeah,
And
yeah,
jumping
celebrating.
around, yes, but I think it was the right decision, but it was so close to Tusishvili. Or for Tusishvili. Not with the Ippon, maybe then with for Vasari. The Vasari was very close, but close is not enough. Aye.
Right, you can tell us, Annette, how many Grand Slam gold medals has Tusishvili racked up now?
So 4.
Yeah, the fourth.
Fourth.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
A great finish. Nice bit of work on the belt. That's where he's accustomed to work from. Got underneath his opponent really low and then over the left hip.
Yeah.
And it was very quick. Showed him a little feint to the back and then took him forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The highlights of the last final contest on the screen.
Yeah, nice finish. Yes, well, a little bit of a scare for Tusishvili. Yusupov, however, I think is without a doubt one to watch. The Uzbeks have got a heavyweight of some quality there. Just have a quick look and see how old he is as well. That'll be interesting.
23 years.
We come to the awarding ceremony for the women in the plus 78 kilo category.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the medal ceremony for the women's sport, 78 kilogram.
The medals are being presented by the head refereeing director of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Florin Daniel Lascal.
Referee director of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Florin Daniel Lascal. Bronze medalist from Netherlands.
The first of the bronze medals goes to Maudit Kamps of the Netherlands. There's a bronze medal also for Julia Tolafua of France. Silver medal goes to Raz Hershko of Israel. Well, the gold medal goes to Léa Fontaine of France.
Prize money and the flowers will be presented by the advisor to the president of the Turkish Judo Federation and member of the EJU Referee Commission. Madalya kazanan sporcuların ödül ve çiçekleri Türkiye Judo Federasyonu Başkan Danışmanı ve Avrupa Judo Birliği Hakem Komisyonu üyesi Sayın Metin Özkan tarafından takdim ediliyor. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of France.
And now the national anthem of France.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen. Onur gruplarımız ve madalya kazanan sporcularımız halka fotoğrafı çektiriyorlar. Lütfen madalya kazanan sporcuları birlikte alkışlayalım.
Kamps and Tolafua were the bronze medal winners. Hershko collected the silver. She's the one with the biggest smile on the podium, until of course Léa Fontaine and Julia Tolafua join in. It was Tolafua who took that bronze. Fontaine was the gold medal winner. We've got one more medal ceremony to come, but before that we may have put together a little highlights package. Let's see if we can take a look at that.
Before we start the lunch awarding ceremony, you can see the highlights of today's final look on the screen. Antalya Grand Slam 2022'nin 3. gününün final karşılaşmalarından seçilen görüntüler son madalya töreninden hemen önce büyük ekrandan yansıtılıyor.
We come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the plus 100 kilo category. The athletes are just making their way to the podium now, where the medals are going to be presented by the head refereeing director of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Armen Bagdasarov.
The medals will be presented by the head refereeing director of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Armen Bagdasarov. Bronze medalists are
The first of the bronze medals goes to Andy Granda of Cuba. There's a bronze medal also for Timur Rakimov of Tajikistan. Silver medal goes to Alisha Yusupov of Uzbekistan, appropriately.
Yes.
And the gold medal goes to Guram Tusishvili of Georgia.
Well, after the bronze medal contest, we hope for more action, and we promised you more excitement, and you at home got more excitement with that
we got
final
it.
fight.
Yeah. Tusishvili falling behind early on and then almost going out with the second technique, then pulling things back beautifully and finishing off with a nippon. We always like to finish with a nippon.
So it couldn't have been a better ending with an excitement last final.
I think Tusishvili agrees. Couldn't have been better.
Yes.
Just what he wanted, just what the coach ordered, just what the Georgians wanted.
Yeah.
And now the national anthem of Georgia.
Çok teşekkürler. Böylece onur konuklarımız ve madalya kazanan sporcularımız hatıra fotoğrafı çektiriyorlar. Lütfen madalya kazanan
The winning quartet in the last of the weight categories that we got to bring to you today. That was the plus 100 kilo category. Rakimov and Granda were the bronze medal winners. Yusupov was impressive in taking the silver, but it was Tusishvili who ended up on the top spot and with the gold medal. Well, we got time enough to take a look at the medal table and see who it was that ended up on top. There you go. It was Georgia with 2 gold medals and 2 silvers. France, 2 gold medals, a silver, 4 bronze medals. And there were gold medals as well for Brazil, Hungary, Mongolia, Portugal, Cuba, the Republic of Moldova, Canada, Germany, Great Britain, and Chinese Taipei. They all ended up with gold medals. Uzbekistan down there, 2 silvers. Spain, Israel, Netherlands, Italy, Austria, Turkey ended up with silver medals. And then you have to go a little bit further down and chase it all the way down for your bronze medal winners. That brings our broadcast to an end. We look forward to your company again next time on the International Judo Federation World Tour. But from all the broadcast team, Annette Berman, myself, it's bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.